Hello, everybody. Welcome in and welcome back. Just setting up for a few things. Give me a moment. Welcome in. What is it? Accidental existence. Welcome in. So, everything looks okay. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. And it is February. Howdy, Synctel. How you doing? What am I playing? Well, we're going to get to that in just a moment. I just setting up everything here and there. So, I've run this sort of thing every year where February comes and I stream every day in February. And I called it February Madness. It's been sort of a nice thing to do when it comes to streaming, and I have a lot of fun with it. Now, this year I was challenging myself, and I said, how about doing excuse me, how about doing a theme for it? And I was like, okay, we can do a theme for it. What I usually do or have done in the past is pick a system, usually for one day out of the week, and then just play something on that system. So the way I used to have it, I would do Xbox, anything on Xbox 360 on Mondays, and then I would do something Atari related on Tuesdays. I think Wednesday was my free day to just do what I wanted. Thursday was PlayStation, Friday was Nintendo, and then I would do something of SNK like Neo Geo on Sundays. Sega would be on Saturdays. So I would get the systems out and I'd plug them in and have a ball with whatever game I decided to play. This year, I'm going with a theme, and I'm doing an all retro theme with the PS2, and I'm going sort of in alphabetical order. Just picking a game, starting with whatever, and then playing it for a session, and then tomorrow get into something else. So today is the punctuation mark, and I'm doing the dot hack series. Well, at least the first game in the dot hack series. Because technically it does begin with a punctuation mark. So I got out the PlayStation 2 binder. And this is just punctuation numbers A through L. The other gallery, the other binder is exactly like this, and it's just as full. But right away, right up in the front, we've got the Dot Hack series, and its joining companion DVD that it came with when you got like the special edition. So we're obviously not going to play through the whole series tonight. Today is just devoted to PS2 punctuation, and that brings up Dot Hack. I tried to do other things with other systems. Like, I can technically do the same thing on the PS3. I can do it on the PSP, and I think I can do it on the PS1. I don't think I have enough games collectively to do it on any other systems without combining it. And as it is, I think PS3 and PSP, I'll have to include a game from like something from Japan because not there were releases in the United States for A through Z, but they're kind of hard to get or obscure. So tonight we're doing the Dot Hack Infection, first game in the series. If you've seen anything about Dot Hack, there's a game, there is an accompanying anime, there is manga, there is a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't know why it didn't. Well, okay, I kind of know why. It introduced a lot of interesting aspects. The game itself plays like an offline version of an online game. So you as the main character are a person in the real world, and all you do is log in to your game via a desktop, and then you start playing the game, and it plays like an MMO. There's a huge story working in the wickets, and we should probably start on it because there's a sort of a big intro section. So how is everybody doing tonight? Singtel, how are you doing? How was your weekend? I don't think shoutouts exist on Kick, but I'll do it on... Doing good. That's good to hear. Today was a bit crazy for me. There was a couple of things that I had to attend to, just sort of spur of the moment. So it was just basically from like 11 o'clock for the rest of the day up until about an hour ago. I was just stuff. I did devote some of my time to rehearsing. I have volunteered to be in a stage production of the play Clue on stage in the town, in the neighboring town, actually. And by the time I decided to go ahead and audition, it was only on Thursday or Friday, and they're having the first audition Monday. So luckily for me, I'm pretty familiar with the movie. There are lines in this play that don't really follow the movie, so we'll see what happens with that. And the large driving factor behind February Madness is going to be if I actually get a part for this play. If I get a part for this play, I'm not necessarily certain I can continue February Madness, but that doesn't mean I won't revisit the idea sometime later this year. The show itself is going to be in April, and after April, I'm taking a holiday in May, late May to June. Which character? I don't really know. I've been studying all of the male parts for the audition said pages this through that. So I've been studying all the male parts for that. I would like to be a part of it. I keep flip-flopping, it's just something about nerves. I feel so ill-prepared. I'm like, oh gosh. I keep feeling very nervous, and with all my time on stage, I still feel nervous. This is going to be a different setting than just a mere shadow casting. And if I get a part, it'll actually be my first acting gig that it's not shadow casting. So I've been studying the male parts. Originally, I had just thought, you know what, just do Mr. Green. And then I was also playing with the idea of being Wadsworth, and my fake British accent kind of sucks, but I've been I've been trying to work on it. I pronounce her as Mrs. White. It's all the little things, right? So we'll see where that goes. Depending on if I get a part or not, might affect February Madness. If I don't get a part, I'll be diving into February Madness 100%. If I do get a part, if I try and keep February Madness going, I'm going to do streams earlier in the day because all of the rehearsals are in the evening time from about 5 to 8. And since they're in the next town over, I'm going to have to schedule about 40 minutes to drive one way. Okay, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. Wow, I hope nobody out there is photosensitive. I'm sure a lot of this makes sense as you play through the game. I've actually never gotten through a single game completely all the way through. I've played different games in the series. And they had some pretty innovative ideas for this. Now, we're talking the PS2 era, so the graphics aren't going to be so immaculate. And that's fine. But they did have memory cards, so you could carry your save data over. This is not a new thing that they've done from the PlayStation days, the early PlayStation days. If you had Castlevania save data or something, and you played Metal Gear Solid 1, at a certain point it reads the saves off of your memory card. There is a few games out there on the PlayStation 1 that you get extra stuff if you have a save file from something else on a memory card. They carried it over to the PS2. Some games, I forget which ones really, if you had a save file, you can get something extra in a different game. So they took this whole series here. Once you get through the end of one game, you have a spot where you save your clear data and then you can start the next game. Not a new idea nowadays, but back then it was something that I think a lot of us really appreciated. It doesn't mean, like, for this series, as an example, you don't have to have a save game data to play games 2, 3, or 4 in the series. You could load up game 2, game 3 without having played any of them. You might miss a lot of stuff on the story. It's not... It's better to have the whole story, in my opinion. You can kind of see where everything has evolved from, where things are going. So I don't believe I actually have saved data. There is no data, only Zool. Thank you, Sintel. I'll give it my all, and I'll give it my worst fake British accent. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow morning, so after that, I'm just going to be in rehearsal mode. I was trying to match my shirt.
Der Mann des Schattens, auf der Suche nach dem Abendrachen, ist noch nicht zurückgekommen. Der Herd der Finsternis grollt. Helba, Königin der Finsternis, stellt schließlich ein Heer auf. Alparon, König des Lichts, grüßt sie. Und sie treffen sich am Fuße des Regenbogens. Die verfluchte Welle muss gemeinsam bekämpft werden. Der See von Alba brodelt. Der große Baum des Lichts fällt. Alle Macht zerfällt zu Tropfen im Tempel von Arche Köln. Wesen ohne Schatten, ihre Welt zerfällt zu nichts. Der Mann des Schattens auf der Suche nach dem Abenddrachen kehrt niemals mehr zurück.
I was trying to match my shirts with the games, but I only have so many shirts. I have a lot of shirts, and I can probably find games. I can find like alphabet stuff, whatever it starts with.
Okay,
I got my
user
Tokyo
registration is done. Now for a name. Yasuhiko's probably already there waiting for me. I'd better hurry.
So this is the real life person talking. And this is the character that they're making on this online game. I never have a problem with that name's already taken. Although I would love to try that and see if I can name my character something that's in the series already. So here we are at our fake desktop. This is our real life friend Yasuhiko. The CC Corporation is the corporation behind the game. There's a huge explanation of what's happening, but the rest of this doesn't really come into play right now. It says stay on the Delta server while your level is low. And the Delta server is this one. The son of a goddess. They do explain everything. It's easier to just sort of start the game. The actual game. Updated to version 2.5, you start elemental hits. I mean, it has that feel. So here's some of the real life news things that are going on in this world. They talk about Neurogoggle FFD, and this is an attachment. In this world, this is an attachment you can get to play this game sort of in a VR mode. They talk about the new OS, which is what you're on here, and how far it's gotten. The world for this operating system, the world is something that they just decided to include, so everybody has it. Everybody has access to it. It's free. Under data. first, I like blue. Cheers. Up unlocking stuff as you go. So here's the world, and this is the online game. And it sort of looks like an MMO. You've got a board, there's all this stuff that you can sit and read through, learn how to play the game. There are a couple of things that you should pay attention to, but I'm not going to go through all that. Skills are attached to your weapons in this game, so you trade off a weapon that's more powerful, you might end up losing a skill that you really like. So there's a give and take to that. When it comes to fighting enemies, some of them have elemental resistances, so you have to take advantage of elemental weaknesses. We'll worry about that later. The Aqua Capital, Mak Anu, on the Delta server. Here's the game, and it's loading up per character.
You made it.
And here's our friend.
Hey, it's me, Orca, the Blade Master.
Whoa! You look so different from the real Yasuhiko. Nothing like the real you.
Hey, in this game I'm Orca, regardless of what I am in reality. I'm pretty well known here. What?
No, you look great.
Anyway, take this. Member address is the flashmail address you can only access in the world. With flashmail, you can exchange messages with others in real time, as long as you are in the world. It's mostly used by newbies to contact other players to form a party. Try it out by inviting me to join your party. First, press the triangle button to open the menu. In the menu, select Party. Next, select Add. Names of players who gave you their member addresses will be listed here. Choose a player you want to invite to your party and send a flash mail. Since you just started, you probably only have my member address. Now, press the X button twice to send a flash mail to me. Ah, got it. Join my party. It's kind of weird mailing each other when we're face to face. See? My name appears under your screen. That means I'm in your party. By the way, flash mail is only available when you're in a town. Oh, and you can't contact people when they're not logged into the world. People do have a life, you know. We're not online 24/7.
I would like to be.
In other words, you can't always count on the same members to form a party. So, try to get as many member addresses as you can. You'll have more fun that way. Well, how you play is up to you. But since EXP and stuff isn't divided among party members, you really don't benefit if you go solo. Okay, well, why don't we head off? There's nothing to worry about. I found a perfect place for newbies. This is the Chaos Gate. A sort of transfer device that takes us from one place to another. Now, press the X button. In the world, each play zone is called an area, determined by a combination of 3 keywords. Select New Keyword. This is the keyword screen. At the top is the entry plate. You put the 3 selected keywords one by one for each part, A, B, and C. Left of the entry plate is all the keywords you have. You can collect more of them by reading your emails, the board, and from other players. Now, let's enter some keywords by starting with part A. Select bursting from the list. Good. Next for part B, select passed over. For the last one in part C, select aqua field. Now you're done specifying the area. Oh, one more thing. You see the symbol on the left next to the keyword? That's the server symbol. It indicates which server you are currently logged on to. This symbol is Delta, so we're logged on to the Delta server. The list on the bottom right is the area status list. See the jewel next to the field type and dungeon? That indicates how the selected keyword affects the status.
So when it comes to building words, it's trying to show you via all these colored jewels what kind of environment you're going to get yourself into. It doesn't really explain it properly.
For example, check the field type. See the jewel on the right? This means that the field type is being determined by aqua field, the keyword in C. We don't know what kind of field the current keyword will create until we get there. But once we learn the effect of that keyword, we can combine it with other keywords effectively. For more details, check out the board on your own time. All right, let's get going
So
to the Delta,
he's like, I'm not going to go
bursting
through
passed
this.
over aqua
And it
field.
ends up being kind of a bit of a weird moment to try and understand the system of building a dungeon or building a keyword list and seeing where that takes you. We have the benefit of looking on the left side and it says battle level and the element. Great, just stay out of stuff that is crazy. If you find a keyword combination that says battle level 300 and you're sitting here at 5, maybe you shouldn't go into it. But trying to analyze the words themselves were just a little strange, and I had to look up many times. So where a jewel is basically tells you that keyword affects that in some way, and you can combine things together to get some pretty unique effects. I have not successfully I've just started to understand it recently when I picked this game up, and I'm like, does this happen? Does this happen?
Select warp.
It's gonna take a while to understand that system. So for the first part of the game, we usually just get keyword combinations from other players.
Before we get going, let me explain to you about the camera control.
There are a couple moments where you can just free-for-all, select words, go nuts.
During the game, enemies will attack from all directions.
Actually, there's a lot of places you can do that.
The idea is to adjust your view quickly to see your enemy and grasp the situation. I'll explain more later, but remember, you can only use skills on targets you can see. Basically, if you don't use the camera right, you'll be dead before you know it. First, rotate the camera. Push either the L1 button or the R1 button to move the camera. Good. Next, let's zoom in. You can zoom the camera in or out by using the right analog stick. Try it. Yeah, that's it. Finally, you reset the camera by pushing the up. There you go. Remember, when the battle starts, constantly adjust your camera. Okay, and this is the field. It's the lowest level in the area. When you want to return to the town, press the triangle button and select Gate Out from the... Grassland, wilderness, and jungle are some of the field types. You can set them with keywords.
Again, to understand that system takes a bit of patience.
The combination of field type and weather determines the area elements. For example, if it's a grassland and it's raining, that area will be a water element stage. The elements also affect the type of monsters that will appear and the items you can get. Don't worry about it now. As you get used to it, combine words to get different elements. Now, let's get going on our quest. First, check the map at top right. You see the red down arrow on it? That's the gate to the dungeon. In the dungeon's deepest level, there's a god statue that usually holds a rare item. Basically, the goal is to reach this statue, but enemies are often tougher down there, so gain some levels above ground before you head below. Okay, wait a sec. By using the fairy's orb, hidden data on the map becomes visible, like this. Yellow areas on the map show magic portals, where you encounter monsters and treasure. All right, how about we go pick a fight? Head for one of the magic portals. For a basic attack, approach the target and press the X button. By the way, a cursor appears on the target so that you can check its name and hit points. Try using a basic attack to defeat some monsters. Press the triangle button to open the menu and select Skills. Okay then, choose Rep from the list. When the target cursor appears, select the target and press the X button to... That's it. Pretty easy, huh? You can target a party member for recovery or remedy skills and the enemy for attack skills. Remember, you can only apply skills to targets within your view. Before using a skill, adjust the camera so that your target comes into view. Well, you must be sick of me at this point. It's your turn to tell me what to do by using Chat Command. Okay, I'll teach you the command to get your members to heal. Okay then, press the square button to open the menu. Next, go ahead and choose First Aid from the menu. Well, it's good to be the boss, isn't it? If you use it well, you can bunch up on the enemy or give separate orders to each party member. When you add new members to the party, try various chat commands to see their effects. That's it for now. Just remember what you learned and start exploring. When you think you're ready, we'll head for the dungeon.
So the game itself is a combination of elements that make you, I mean, it's a simulation of an online, and that's pretty cool. So you use a set of keywords to get to an area like this. An area is made up of a field level and a dungeon level. And these things usually grant some kind of boons. boons. Your boons.
Mandragora!
The enemies themselves are pretty much confined to the magic portals, and the worlds that you make with keywords sort of run into like a globe effect. So we've been heading north this whole time, but we're wrapping around
This spring has a strange feel.
Ooh. 5,000. That's pretty cool. Power level. So the one thing about this game is that this process got a little repetitive. Make a world, go into the area, fight enemies above ground, get to the dungeon here, fight through the dungeon, get your item, gate out, back to the town. It's a pretty solid process, and a lot of the levels look very similar to each other. The real magic comes from the story underneath what's happening in the game.
Mandragora!
You'll get notices about magic portals. Once you've opened them all up on the field, it'll say the whole battlefield is empty or something. And the same thing for when you get to a dungeon. It'll say all dungeon portals open.
We can start exploring the dungeon. One thing you need to remember is that you can't gate out when you're in a dungeon. To gate out and return to the town, you have to go back to the field. The sprite ocarina will warp you to the surface, but you can't use it during battle. This is the treasure. You should know that there are two types of treasure boxes, normal and booby-trapped. This one's normal. Hit the X button to open it. This one's booby-trapped. Notice a different color? Try to open it as is, and you're screwed. Just use the fortune wire on it. This item will disarm the trap. See? Now it's safe to open. Press the X button to open it.
So right away, after all the intro stuff, they start throwing in little clips of the real story underneath. Huh?
What the? Did you just see that?
Yeah. Was that thing chasing her?
Yeah, but something like that on this level?
Pray tell. Well, yeah, good question. It was a dead end.
Better watch out. We're trapped in here. In the dungeon, there are rooms with traps everywhere. The only way to get out of a trap like this is by activating all the magic portals in the room. All right, let's charge to that magic portal.
Onward! You get experience points whether you participate in the battle or not. I'm just letting him do all the work. No need. So for a lot of the game, this got a little repetitive too. Field, open all the portals. Dungeon, open all the portals. Get the treasure. Get the God statue. So it's pretty basic. But I do like the way it plays. Actually, is that equipment I can use as the headgear? Do you have... Oh, I guess not. So with your weapon, you get skills. One of them's, you know, continuously slash at high speed, restore HP, a fire spell. If you change weapons, you change your skills. There's not really a system in here to keep skills. Even as long as you keep a weapon, it doesn't slowly attach onto your skills.
This is the room where the statue is.
I think this would have been a clever idea for an actual MMO.
There's only one of them at the dungeon's deepest level, and you can get rare items from it.
Now, when it comes to this series, they've actually did do some games in this umbrella of the series, .hack, where you could play it as an online thing. So the PS2 had online capabilities. The only version of it was in Japan, where you could play online with other characters. The PSP version of .hack also had online, but I think it was mostly ad hoc with another PSP.
That's enough adventure for now. Let's grab the treasure and get back to town, shall we? If we had a Sprite Oak Arena, we could warp out of here. But we don't have one. So we gotta go back the way we just came.
So I'll lose my saber dance, but I'll get the skill Tiger Claws. And at the bottom you can see it raises some stats, so we're just going to equip that. The only thing you should really look out for is when you sell stuff. Is it going to be something that you want to sell? Any specific skill. So here's some more of the background stuff.
Or was the rumor true?
Take this.
Huh?
Please take this. There's no time. Please.
What's this?
A great force. The power it holds can bring forth either salvation or destruction at the whim of the user.
You're...
It's coming.
Run! It'll kill you! What the hell? What is this? There's something wrong. Nothing works! It wasn't supposed to be this way. I'm sorry. Get out of here!
Error.
What was wrong with Yasuhiko? Why was he upset? I wanted to ask him, but he wouldn't even pick up the phone. And then, the next day, I found out that Yasuhiko had been hospitalized. I rushed to the hospital, but they wouldn't even let me see him. But I guess it's better this way. I didn't want to see him all week, and he wouldn't want that either. But what the hell happened to him? I have a feeling that the key to it is somewhere in the world.
So here we are back at our desktop. The game crashed. The game crashed. They developed this very interesting story where there's something wrong with this game, and people who play it have gone into a coma or something. We apologize for the inconvenience due to problem with our servers. We will limit play only to the Delta and Theta servers. Thank you for this understanding. So of course, you try and log into the world. It may or may not
I should
work.
post on the board about Yasuhiko. Maybe someone will respond to it.
My friend is in a coma after playing this game. He is hospitalized and still isn't out yet. But do these things actually happen? Does anyone know the reason? Anyone know someone else in the same state? How can I get him out of a coma? People who made this game look here too, right? Please give me some kind of information. Bam! So you'll find they were talking about keywords in the board. So the more you check the board, or I don't know if it's the more you check it, at certain points in the game, you will get messages up here saying, hey, I found this really cool area in a keyword combination. And you can say, learn that keyword combination. So they're talking about the elements here, opposing elements, wood to earth, fire to darkness, fire to water. Armor, they're talking about jobs. Basically, your job dictates what kind of armor you use. For those who want to praise of the Zeet statue, select Chronicling as your part A at the first Chaos game. That is sort of speedrun status on a level on how fast you can defeat it. So that comes in handy later. RTCS is something of the real world where they're talking about the transportation system. We got 20 million people. Woo-hoo. The Neuro Goggle FMD is the VR attachment for this. Keyword creation. So they sort of go into how you can visually see the pattern in jewels. Part A, bursting, difficulty 1. But it was too rough. Were there more than 2 jewels in the area list? What is a grunty? So the mandragoras we were picking up said, we're food for a grunty, and it's something that you actually get later on in the game or the series. The level went down. The level of... Oh, okay. So the spring that I saw that had, you can throw in a weapon, this is talking about that. And it says, take a look at your environment, throw it in at certain times, and you'll get a better weapon than the golden axe. Some people collect golden axes, so you can actually get a golden axe and then sell it for buku bucks. I thought there was going to be a keyword combination here, but I guess I was wrong. Maybe it comes in later. All servers are currently down due to maintenance. Return me to the desktop then. So, mysterious email pops up. To the who I can't read it. We don't know what this means. But it looks very similar. The icon looks similar to the girl, right?
What is it? You got something to say?
No.
Oh, I get it now. You are a newbie, aren't you? I might have guessed. Well, are you or not? Come on now, don't be shy. You can tell me. Listen, in case you're not aware of it, you're being very rude. It's impolite to stare at someone like that. You have to understand it's the same as the real world. Don't you get it? Ugh. Last chance. What is up with you anyway, huh? Come on, will you say something already?
Oh, did not play out differently. You can trade items with other players. They usually give you a list of what they have, and then you can select stuff. If you wanted this, you can give them something in return, and as long as they approve it. You'll be like, oh, okay. So here's a normal town. It's a pretty small one. I'm not sure how much you can get flash mail addresses. In the first part of this game, but you also have store items. You can store them, but it's also great if you want to just trade. So if you find somebody that wants to use some of your old weapons in the same class, you could probably amateur blades. Where was the other one? This one. Doesn't look like It's a level 6 weapon. It doesn't look like it's great. But you can trade. You can trade old equipment if you wanted. Equipment that doesn't even actually apply to you. You can definitely use all that for trade. With this route town. Cyan, hey! Oh, you'll get characters like this. A lot of the times they'll say, I'll trade this for that. When they have a requisite to trade a certain item, you can't get it any other way. You can't. He's like, I want 25 well water, but so you can't give him like 20 well water and a restorative. It just won't happen. Hinata Flare. So you can go to trade and he'll have basically what he was talking about. Ooh, that's pretty cool. But, you know, at the same time, you probably won't have... You can only select 3 things anyway, so you can't exactly get too carried away. So it's a great way to get items. Look, there's weapons. Phantom Blades, level 2, level 3. Really don't need to spend a lot. If you get the trade system down, you're set. This is the in-game save point. So you can save while you're on your desktop. You can save the game, the entire, what you were actually playing. And then while you're in the world, you can save your data at the town. Wow, yeah, it's been an hour already.
Wait a sec! Yeah, you! I know some interesting keywords. If you go with me, I'll tell you what they are. Do you want to know?
Yes.
Right on! That's the spirit! Spoken like a true newbie. The keywords are Delta, Hidden, Forbidden, Holy Ground.
So as you play through this game, the town doesn't change, but the characters flying around do change a bit. So you get the chance to meet up with other people, trade with them. I haven't fully explored getting every single member address.
What are you doing? You have to...
Let's send a flash mail to Orca. Oh, they're not available.
Okay, here I come.
Twin blade, long arm, and a wave master can't equip this item. But a blade master can, so... forget if there's a way to give people stuff in your party. Give your party stuff. So we go to the word list. This is the if we found a combination of words or if we've actually done it. Now, the listing for the word showed up pretty much exactly the same as the world we were in earlier. But as you can see, it seems very different.
Whoa, this place is...
Huh?
Never mind, let's go. Well, are you going to escort me like a proper gentleman?
Now we can gate out from here. That's fine. But we don't have a mini-map.
What is that thing? Stay back! Oh no! So that's it. Pretty weak, huh? What do you know? You didn't even need my help at all, did you? That statue, it looks so sad.
Scathe, Enos, Magus. I can't read anything else. The inscription is faded.
By the way,
Hmm?
I guess you can tell that I'm a newbie too.
No.
Yeah.
It must be pretty obvious by the way I acted back there. But you still hung out with me. You know what? You're nicer than I thought. You see, I'm trying to find...
Hey, what are you doing?
What? What about you, huh?
No time to explain. It's too dangerous here.
What?
I'm telling you to get out! Leave here at once! Ah! This one as well.
But how? Tell me what's going on here. That thing should have been dead. Why is it glowing like that? It's so freaky. Is this for real?
It's a bug from a computer virus. The virus is rewriting the data. It has a hit point that's infinite.
This is the one.
You must escape while I buy some time.
Because of this thing, I'll kill you!
No! You can't kill it! Leave it be or you'll be killed!
The book. Open the book.
The book?
The power it holds can bring forth either salvation or destruction at the whim of the user.
the Matrix.
That was like the time when Orca.
That skill. Now, I understand.
Where's my EXP?
You are the same as the virus. To think that I was saved by someone like you.
No! That's not. I don't even know what's.
Do not lie to me! Recently, many places within the world have been damaged by a virus. Those who willfully spread the virus and destroy this world for their own amusement, they shall receive no mercy.
No, that's not me.
I did not expect to find the one responsible so soon. Draw! Draw your sword, now!
I won't! There's no reason to do that!
There is for me.
No! I don't want to fight!
What is the matter with you? That's hardly the way to talk to someone who just saved your life.
I still do not trust you. I just require the time to think this through. But if I find out that you are indeed in with them, I will kill you.
That was rather childish for Balmonk of the Azure Sky, the descendant of Fianna.
I do not speak with hackers.
That boy, he's a friend of your partner.
Orca?
The plot thickens.
I thought he would end up like Orca, and I panicked. That's when I heard her voice. It was the voice of the girl who gave the book to Orca.
I see. But what are you going to do if the data bug shows up again? That power put your friend... sorry.
I don't even know what this power is, or what she wanted Orca to do. And what am I supposed to do with this power? All I want to do is help Orca.
So after this point is when they sort of give you the option to play the game however you want. You follow a list, a clue trail,
Well,
basically.
I've got to go. Today was... I don't know what to say, but... Good night.
And it leads you to some of the story elements in the future. Big. recall, let's see, the only flash mails we have are for Oracle collaborators. You can, if you want to, try some keywords. Bursting, passed over, and not revealed will lead you to this, which we've already done. Now we did hidden, forbidden, holy ground, and you can see it looks exactly like the same thing as the former. Bursting, passed over, holy ground. And yet there's a 5-level difference. So if we selected, I don't know, chronicling geothermal march, it's level 10. Voluptuous. Level 14. So it's not in a list order. It's hard to explain. It's hard to pick up, but there is a pattern that you get to it. Oh, my post about my coma has been deleted. What?
The message I posted is deleted.
So there's a keyword combination right there. Detestable, golden, sunny, I thought there was... Okay, so when we were going through the message boards, there was a few messages that explained try this first word combination, but they weren't actual word combinations. So start with the word chronicling, and you're supposed to, there's one that said start with the word bursting. So occasionally you'll want to come back out to your desktop. You'll have new mail and new news to read. Black Rose. Thank you. Send. Data drain. I've seen your powers. You can rewrite the monster's data by performing data drain when the OK sign is flashing. Oops. If you use it wisely, it will be very valuable in the future. You will need its powers. You can check the spread by a gauge in the skill section menu. When the spread is at 100%, there may be a lethal effect on your character, so beware of the spread of your viral infections. If you defeat monsters without data drain, the spread will decrease by a little, so don't let it get above 110%. Another warning, you are always being watched, though you may not wish it. You will be the eye of the storm. It is the fate of the one who bears the bracelet.
She knows about my bracelet. Who is she?
So as you progress through the game, normally, see, here we are an hour into it. Now we sort of get our free reign of what we want to do. Check the board for anything new. It'll tell you if there's stuff new. And and usually there's some things you can do. So the book that we had was actually listed. Oh, look, here's another story segment.
I saw a strange character in the alley. It looked like a cat. Is it possible to edit like that?
A cat? Oh yeah, I saw it too. I prefer bunny girls though.
I'm not doing that. So there'll be little cute segments like that. Just giving you, oh hey, this is what's going on. So you look in the skills section, and here's your data drain. You take a look. The more red you get, the more infected you are. So you have to. You can't always use your data drain, otherwise you'll end up corrupted. So the book, we had the book in our item list. You can use rainbow card, yellow candy for trade stuff. I mean, a lot of the game depends. Not really depends, but you can access a whole bunch of stuff. You can either sell it, which I don't recommend, or you actually just trade it, and you can get some pretty cool things. You don't necessarily have to pay attention. I'm not sure of any hard missables.
Hey! I found a great area that's full of aromatic grass. Wanna go?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's get ready then. Mia!
Excuse me.
Smell us? Okay.
You. Yes, you. That's a unique bracelet. Can I take a look?
Can you see it?
Yes, of course. Do you mean to say you can't see this nice bracelet? Even if you can't see it. As long as you know it's there, it's the same thing as seeing it, right?
Bracelet? Hey, what are you talking about? I can't see any bracelet, Mia.
Well, thanks a lot for letting me look at your bracelet. I have a feeling we'll meet again. Somehow. Well, see you around.
As you go through the game, you get to see
Mia!
what some of the other
What about
jobs
the
are.
aromatic grass?
Mages are referred to as wave masters. Big tanky things are blade masters. You're a twin blade, which is like a rogue or a thief. That's not a job you can change. I think in any of the games. At least in the first series, you're this character, and that's what you play as. Which kind of bums me out. I would love to have seen playing other things, but other things come to you. You don't need to be a wave master because you can recruit wave masters. I just think it would be nice. It would have been nice to have a different way to play. Oh, look at all this. Is this an event character? The girl. I saw a strange character in the dungeon of expansive, haunted sea of sand. Looked like a little girl with long hair, but it didn't look like another player. She was kind of white like a ghost, moved without making a sound. Oh, and the music might have stopped too. Please tell me. Test version of the world. I heard there was a test version of the world before it came out. Has anyone played it? Protected area. I can't go in. I tried a random keyword, but the message that came up, closed oblivious Twin Hills. So it's nice getting keywords. Usually the keywords that you get from the message board here are sort of the story-driven plot points. Discovered primitive touchstone. The monsters don't vary, so if you... There's 5 floors to this dungeon, and the ones... Just don't go all the way down. You should probably raise your level to 5. Keyword creation. Words for beginners. Highest enemy in Delta server is level 20, in Theta server it's 30. Area elements. So, snowfield is a water, wasteland is earth, desert or magma, fire, wood fields are jungle, grasslands, hummus, mushrooms. Thunder. There's thunder and lightning, darkness, swamp and skeletons. Area elements can mix in it too. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to go back to my desktop and see what's going on. Once things calm down, it's basically your show from now. If I remember right, you do run into Mia and Elk at some point very soon. But this is how we played back in the day. Here we are. It's like an hour, 15 minutes game time, but an hour and a half streaming time. And now the game's actually opened up to us. There was something, we had to be patient. We had to be patient. And imagine later on when I start this game up, I'll have my save files, so won't have to necessarily start over from the beginning. And here we are an hour later. Theta server, I'm not sure when you can I'm not sure if it's possible to access the Theta server in the first game. Because as I have admitted before, I didn't get through everything. I'm going to take a look at the group. There's usually a group standing back here, and they have, when you talk to them, they'll usually say, hey, you want this, I'll trade this for
Okay.
When you call a party member, they arrive at the Chaos Gate. So let's take a look at some of these keywords here. We're both newbies, so when you want to look at stuff, these check marks are places we haven't been to yet. And it's nice to see that you have a small, very specific just description of it. Goblin area. Area posted on the board where the young girl was witnessed. Or the girl, like figure was witnessed. The protected area, according to the post on the board. Area for beginners. Sure. So it'll automatically put in all the keywords. Warp, bam. I think it said this was a fire level. It's in the desert, so yeah. We'll take a look. There are items you can get. I think he said earlier when you use the fairy orb. It'll tell you basically where all the magic portals are. So it says data drain okay, and that's for me. I can take out my bracelet and use data drain. You can use data drain on anything, and what it does essentially is lower the level of that creature. It's mainly used when you come up against a boss that is glitched, and it'll have an infinite HP. So you'll have to attack it to wear down the glitch shield. Then you do data drain in order to make it vulnerable, and then you can defeat it.
Yeah? What's up?
So here we can gift the headgear.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah?
I mean, I wasn't going to use it anyway, so they can have it, that's fine. If we take a look at our party, so maybe they didn't have it earlier.
Yeah?
I can actually use my own skill. Rep. To heal. So I like to play this game. When I was playing it before, many years ago, take it in chunks. Have some times where you're able to explore. Make up a keyword. Don't try and beat it all in one sitting. This is a game I think they wanted you to just sit down and relax and invest some time in. So, as an example, data drain. will dramatically decrease the enemy's level. And as you can see, it also changed the enemy. You can't tell necessarily right away the first couple times that you use data drain, this gauge, how it changes. But the color will actually change.
Right.
I would like to gain a level if it's possible. Naked cactus. Snaky cactus. Oh, excuse me. Of course they wouldn't name it naked cactus. Snaky cactus. So this is the dungeon. Let's take a look at this chaos. Let's take a look at this. As you use data drain, it shows you get virus cores. For an unglitched enemy, your virus cores are going to be basic. For a glitched enemy, your virus cores are going to be key item things. I'll show you. As soon as I kill this thing. Kill it. And it's nice that your SP builds back up naturally. I've seen that in a lot of MMORPGs. You're out in the world and your MP actually just regenerates. So it doesn't leave you as vulnerable. Let's see. I think you can only get 2 effects. Or maybe 3, or maybe they're timed. Maybe you can only get 3 effects. So we didn't finish all of the portals above ground. You can come back later and do stuff. Ooh. Listen to it. And these dungeons, I don't know for sure if they're all planned out or sort of randomly generated.
Bloody egg!
Bloody egg.
Bloody egg! Bloody egg!
everything that talks to you is part of this list called grunty food. And like chocobos, you can breed grunties, and depending on the foods that you give them, you can get some different effects. But, I mean, I love this idea. It's kind of sad, though, that it gets a little repetitive. It gets a lot repetitive. But I don't think that should necessarily be a deterrent, because there's a lot of stuff to just try and uncover.
Yeah? What's up?
Oops. Did I? Oh, already has it on. Okay, well, it's mine then. I'll be using that for some leverage. And I think you can move 1 or 2 screens away, and the destructible items will regenerate on the screen. May or may not regenerate on the screen. Single-use scroll spell items are great for basically when you get ganged up on. In this world, the trap was like a blockage. In the first dungeon we were at, the trap was a gate, a portcullis that came down. Oops, wrong entry. So, how would I have changed this? I'm not sure. How would I have made this a better game? Or what would be my feedback to make this a better game? You can only... We're talking PS2 era, so you can only do so much. And I think for the PS2, this was a really interesting idea. Generating levels. It seemed like generating levels. Probably very So the message that we got was the data drain was out of control. It's kind of the first marker of your infection is increasing. And sometimes it'll give you a negative status. Books, we eventually get books later on. Let's see. No virus cores, huh? Certain key virus cores are necessary to progress through the game. So when we fought that thing the first time and we got the first virus core M, that's used in this game for what they call gate hacking. Administrators have shut down certain areas via the combination of keywords. So what you end up doing is using virus cores to hack into that area. Now, if they've turned off the area, you should probably not go there. Some story elements are in some of the gates. Ooh, I was ready for a battle there. Be afraid to use these scrolls because I'll tell you. Looks like I've been poisoned. Booby trap chests will inflict a negative damage or just direct damage. You end up being poisoned. There was one where it was like death, and it inflicted 60 HP damage. And at the beginning, you only have like 63 hit points. Since you regenerate SP for your skills, you usually want to default to that. When you're wanting to heal or use a special skill. Otherwise, the items themselves are pretty instant. Wow, I'm gonna have a field day trading in all this stuff. And this is a there's some combination of elements in here that are not good. Like that 3 butterfly combination.
bloody eggs!
There's also... There are different eggs. We got a bloody egg here. There are golden eggs. There are cracked eggs, I think. It's kind of funny. Glad to be getting stronger. Can you kill that thing while I'm healing? Get it off. Thank you. Okay, this poison is really getting on my nerves. I would think at some point it would have just worn off. Oh, great. Activating the other one. Hate ranged character. See, just poison me again. Wow, I feel like I completely wasted that. Cure you. Get over it. Thankfully, the magic portals don't exactly regenerate. I think if you leave the area and come back in, you'll find more magic portals. They have items in here named after the Arcana, the Hangman, the Death card. These are all just usable items. Can I get some antidotes, please? I didn't want burning pills. Thank you. Here, I'll even be that guy, and you can have my antidote. Namely because I can handle myself in battle. I thought you could handle yourself, but no. I'll be the not newbie in this group. I'm particularly just curious about the rest.
Yeah?
So the little goblin mage decided to increase the accuracy. because of some little goblin. That seemed very unnecessary. I was healing myself and the thing killed me. Yeah, okay, whatever. They had a lot of stuff for this series. They did remake the follow-up series GU for the PS4. Everything is just gone. The importance of saving your game. This is another reason why I got a little bit tired. But you know, there's challenges that you have to do. So this one is for beginners. That's where we were originally. How about this one? It's a high level. This one says this is where the girl was. Let's take a look at this level. Expansive, haunted, and then sea of sand.
I came after reading the board, but the operator turned me back. I guess we can't play here.
So this is something of a story point. Again, all he does is freaking poison me, huh? Oh, that's so nice. What a button. So you'll notice the restore protect. If an enemy is in, if I've broken through and they're able to be data drained, it only lasts for about 20 seconds before they can restore their shell. Status.
Oh, no melon.
Oh no, melon.
Oh, no melon. Yeah? Oh, no melon. Oh, no melon.
Is this the dungeon? That's the dungeon.
Oh, no melon.
Collect all these first. Oh man, we were doing so good that last time.
Oh, no melon.
Too far. Even the walls look like they've sort of been glitched, which is cool. No, I'm not sure if this is where the administrator.
Thank you
takes us
for
out.
playing the. This area is currently unstable and not functioning properly due to corrupted data configurations. Please return to the field immediately and gate out to the town.
No, if I give up now, I'll never be able to help him. I must continue on.
Now, the administrator just turns you away, but that's not to say that you still can't keep going. It's not recommended. Get over it. I hate these little guys. I really do. You have to corner them. Oh, it takes so long. Damn it! Where did you die? Is this the same thing? I thought she leveled up with me, but I guess not. So I also like this aspect. There's some deeper mystery going on. This area is corrupted, and you can see it in the environment. Your interface, it keeps glitching in and out. I've never actually not resurrected my teammate. Always like, oh hey, here you go. So what happens if I gate out? And they're still dead. I think it's worth exploring, right? Poor Black Rose. I think she ends up healing. I'm not sure. Yeah, she ends up healing. It's really funny too when you come into a town with a party. As soon as you get in, even though they're still in your party, they'll split up and be like, I gotta get this, I gotta get that. might be better to give it to her. Minions!
Yeah? What's up?
You can have my safety shoes.
Yeah, I'll take it. Thanks.
It'd be nice to tell me if she equipped it or not. Yeah, can you? Oh, the defense goes down. They up in magical defense, but okay, never mind. Give it back to me. What else? Earth sword. 7 and 2. Attack 7, accuracy 2. So what is she currently have? You see how nice and detailed? You can get into it. It's not as detailed as something, say, Baldur's Gate. It's a little bit more simple. Steel blade. 7. Accuracy goes down.
Yeah?
I'm not gonna need this.
Yeah, I'll
Oh, yeah, she equipped it. Okay, cool. Well, it's kind of a nice upgrade for her, other than the earth element. The main way to get currency is selling everything that you don't use. I don't feel like chasing the goblin. So this one is protected. And this is where you get introduced to gate hacking. I need 2 M cores and I only have 1. The further you get into this game, you'll find that each peg here has virus core bands, and you'll need to get a certain amount in order to destroy them, hack into that world. How was this a level 1 if I died badly? Level 3 or something, you know what? That seems kind of highbrow. If I remember correctly, the dungeon was down here somewhere. Wow. We are appearing with a vengeance. We have to avenge our deaths. That was not cool, you guys. I wish they could just tell you what it is. I don't want to have to research whatever rag game is. So, whatever it is. Oh, sneaky cactus.
Sneaky cactus.
Sneaky cactus. Apparently, it's a boost in SP regeneration rate. Oh, there's two of them. Get back here. You little daisy head. You can change the level of zoom, I guess, in your map. The overall map. I don't know what helps you navigate better. Did she say let's go? I don't like saying that.
Sneaky cactus. Sneaky cactus.
I think a change of the music would have been nice. I have slowed down considerably. And that's what happens when you overuse data drain. But I've only used it like twice. Virus core or items and some kind of weird effect. Thankfully, it seems temporary. I forget exactly when you can recruit Mia and Elk. I'm not sure if Black Rose becomes available later on. And I think that's sort of trading things up on you is, okay, we're going to take Black Rose away, but we're going to give you Mia and Elk. Because I don't really remember all of them meeting up. You can only have 3 party members.
Bloody
anyway.
H!
And they're not necessarily a set team. Elk is a Wave Master mage, and I think Mia is a twin blade like you. I can't really remember. And half the time I don't really even use fortune warriors. I just open the chest. Oh, bomb, whatever. Shrug it off. Totally snubbed this time. I think the first time we came in here, I got a million items in that room. Yeah, they couldn't have just called it heal. That's one aspect of the game I would have changed, is just use English and not... it adds a little bit of depth to the game, but it seems so unnecessary to call poison status like Grammy Tech Hull or something. Where we fought the 3 butterflies last time. Oh, I probably can equip that, huh? So I changed Vac Cruz for Ganzat. Was I really kidding when I said... So this is an up and magical defense. I'll keep it around, I guess. But I'm not going to currently equip it. Am I right in saying I have an iron spear for a long weapon? How about that? Wave Masters in this game are just so hosed. They can equip a piece of cloth and a wand. But it's not unlike a lot of MMOs. Mages are very physically weak. You play a white mage in Final Fantasy 11 online, and there's no way to get around that game unless you party with other people. And your job is to cure, and I thought that was kind of a simple thing until they tell you that curing your party mates ups the enemy enmity level towards you, so they'll start targeting you. And here I was just curing away, and they're like, "Stop curing us so much! Did you really just say that to the white mage? You're like, yes! That's why the enemy's attacking me! Just like, okay. But I wasn't necessarily skilled in that game to where I could say, okay, I can wait till the very last second to heal everybody. I would just get really paranoid when I see these huge drops in HP on my screen, and I'm like, oh no, I gotta heal, and they're like, no, not yet, or don't do that combination. I thought everybody was gonna die, so I did it anyway. Would you rather me just stay there and stare at you? I think I got around to playing almost all of the basic jobs in Final Fantasy XI. I didn't unlock any of the advanced jobs, but I played that game for quite a while. Dare you poison me? Yet again, is the first thing that you do is poison me. It seems so very fair. If an enemy drops a chest, I think it should automatically be free of traps. It's just me, though. We don't need to make that. then. No antidote for you.
Yeah?
If in this dungeon all we're gonna do is get poisoned, then there's no point in curing. Those little goblin mages have nothing better to do. I'm going to poison you. Yeah. That spell takes so long. Doesn't seem like it takes long, but when you're in a battle, those 3 seconds count. Badly. Yay! And if you didn't notice, you don't really get money.
Yeah? Bloody egg!
Oh, I think I'm going the wrong way. I sure am. I thought that was it. So when they came out with Final Fantasy XII International Zodiac Job System, they had what they called a fast forward button. And I liked that idea. Press a button and you walk 2 times faster. Are these 2 little goblins at it again? Okay, let's open up the right ones. Wow, they dropped a whole heck of a lot, huh? Make sure you open the treasure chest by defeated enemies before you leave the room. Because I think they don't respawn. The chests that were already in the room respawn. See, this would be nice. Hold down the L3 thumbstick. Fast forward. This level's squishy. I don't know how I feel about that. Stop poisoning us. Bums. It's not like we have a whole heck of a lot to say in that, right? That process is they gate in, and even before they become a target, they can poison us. What? This is where we died last time, isn't it? Let's give ourselves some room, okay? It was simply the combination of this guy, whatever this is. Because it hits hard.
Rep. Rep.
Are those charm attack allies? Okay. Wow, it's a good thing I didn't decide to cure my antidote status. Or cure my poison status. Because they would have just done it 4 times. Keep going. Good idea to always heal before you walk into the next room.
Rep.
Oh yeah, okay. I went the right way again this time. And see, this is where a fast forward button would come in handy. I don't want to go through all this. Using data drain to reduce an enemy will also reduce the amount of experience points. It's a give and take. Look at us kicking butt this time. I don't understand what was so impossible about the last one. It was Goblin Mage. Lucky hit. Makes me want to kick myself.
What? You want to trade something?
I gave you your new sword, and you're gonna talk to me like that. Now, be honest. If you were playing an MMO, would you even invite this girl to your party? Calling me a newbie when she's a newbie, acting all tough. It's part of the personality written into the script for her in this game. But I don't think I would necessarily have her in my party. I mean, as it is, it was hard enough to include people in my party for fantasy life when they just talk a bunch of crap and it's not funny. And then I learned you can actually turn off their you can turn off their sounds. But if you do that, you run the risk of like somebody trying to get your attention in town, and all they do is walk up to you. You might not catch it. The spell is instant. Why is their spell instant? Mine takes forever.
Yeah?
No help from the Goblin Factory.
Bloody egg!
Cure me now? Yeah. See, someone like that wouldn't be in my party. Cure me now. Use your own cure. I'm not playing the white mage. I'm playing the The rogue, the thief, the person who's usually not in allegiance to anybody. Interested to get to the end of this level. See, my spell isn't instant. Glad I bought those fortune.
Golden egg.
Golden egg. I don't really remember. Just because she said, "Cure me now," she's not gonna get any of my antidotes. At least she thinks. I still would have liked that original run. Poison status in this game sucks. And they're so quick with it. It's an instant spell.
Bloody egg! Bloody egg! Bloody egg!
What is going on here? Okay, this is a... So if you run out of fortune wires, you can actually open a trapped chest, and it'll always be a fortune wire with whatever boom just happened. Babies. No. Ooh, no. This is more magical defense. Everything down here is hitting pretty hard, so. As you can see, there are long segments in here where nothing really happens. So that's one of the things, it doesn't keep gripping you. You get story segments, but sometimes the dungeons are quite huge. More enemies. Woohoo. Wow. Somebody say they would trade 10 burning oils for something.
Bloody egg! Wow, you know, you would have thought that 11 fortune wires would have been enough. Yeah?
I'm gonna take a very direct route. Look at all this reward stuff coming back. Fortune wires. Come on, what are you doing? Pissing me off. I know. These things are crazy. I think it would have also been interesting if you built up some visible meter of friendship. Kind of like how they'd have in fantasy life. It's not just about leveling up a character. Maybe your companion AI for the party is not too bad. They just kind of do what they do, and you can tell your companions to recover. Let's all attack the same thing. I think. What is it on now? Attack the closest enemy. Do not use skills or items. And then you can actually say attack or something. You can narrow it down. If you have a whole party, you can tell people to attack certain things while you do something else. How big is this dungeon? Well, how nice of them to give that to us. The statue. Oh man, 5 levels of awesomeness, right? There are things to like about this game. There are things that perhaps could have been improved. I'm not necessarily advocating remakes. I want those assets to be used on the next game. Don't go back in time and try and fix a game or improve on it. 2 grunt dolls and some minor gloves. Ah, there's the god statue. So, if I remember right, you can regenerate these statues somehow. I forget, or maybe you can't. I'm not sure. I should probably invest in a couple of those. 5 levels is going to be really boring to walk back all the way through. Well, early morning dentist appointment for me means
So long! Call me ASAP when you go again!
you can watch them gate out. Speaking of, so in my word list, there's no check mark here, which means I finished whatever that was. Was that 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and now we're at it's almost 2.5 hours. That's a long time to go without saving. But lucky me, right? Level 6. So next time, let's see. I can definitely sell a whole bunch of stuff. Miner's gloves. Oh, look, this is a great item. I can totally sell off my old equipment. You don't have to save both in the world and on your desktop. It's the same thing. I like to do it just because it's cute. Is there anything new on the board? No? Dot hack. What'd you think? Going through the dungeons, that process is kind of what seemed to drag on. The story's intriguing. Getting to each story segment, though, is a little strange, and especially it gets harder if you don't sit there and grind a little while and level up. Battle system, it's a turn-based battle system. It doesn't have to be. I think a job system would have been kind of cool. I know some people don't like job systems. All right. I'm gonna have my teeth nice and ready. You can my wonderful electric toothbrush. All right. I am out of here, everybody. February Madness. We start with the punctuation. Tomorrow, it'll be the numbers. And I'll do the game 24. like the TV show, 24. And then the A game is, I think it's Alter Echo. The B game, I have a list. Where's my list? It's somewhere. It's not here. The B game is, it's not the bouncer. Yeah. I wanted to save some mystery and intrigue as we go through the alphabet, right? All right. Take care, everybody. I will see you tomorrow, sometime earlier in the day, so I can get all my stuff done. But take care, and please stay warm. Gosh, don't let the freeze get you. Game on, everybody.